Hello everyone. Today we continue watching Love is Sweet. The other side, Linda confesses to Dulé, but Dulé tells her that he already has someone he loves. She returns home, holding Yang's information, and looks at her coldly. They come back from outside and can't wait to continue kissing in the corridor. But they are not expecting to meet Xiaochuan. They embarrassedly shooed him away and went back to the bedroom for a more in-depth exchange. Shuai nourished by love, he has become amiable in the company. They don't miss any opportunity to secretly flirt in the company. Chao Na suspects that they are in a relationship, so she secretly observes them in secret, and even took pictures. After they return home, they plan to continue to experience the sweetness of love in the dark of night. But Lily is waiting for them at home. They go to great lengths to hide their relationship from Lily, but Xiaochuan actually shared his video with her. Lily is envious of them and hopes that one day she and Xiaochuan can be together. Chao Na has made a major mistake at work because she is in a bad mood. Shuai takes responsibility for her and helps her make a new plan within 24 hours. Employees across the company believe they will definitely be fired this time around. Zhang is also very worried about Shuai, but all she can do is clean up at home and wait for Shuai to come back. They haven't slept through the night and have finally made an investment plan that will satisfy their clients. In order to thank him, Chao Na sends him the photos she had taken secretly. She tells him to be careful in the future and not be seen by others. Zhang goes out to meet the client, but the client is actually sent by Linda. He uses drugs to stun Zhang, and then gives Dulé the photo and location. Dulé rushed to the hotel and took Zhang to the hospital. Lily and Xiaochuan have been notified and come to the hospital to visit Zhang. Xiaochuan also texted his cousin, telling Zhang that he was in the hospital. The doctor told Shuai that the test report found that Zhang fainted because of sleeping pills. Dulé goes to Linda and asks why she hurt Zhang. But Linda asks him if he ever thought about why, when he annexed Yang's father's brand with her and forced her father to death. Dulé knows that he was used by his sister 5 years ago. Shuai finds him and asks him why he hurt her. Dulé tells him that he will never hurt Zhang, because he loves her too, and he will play fair with Shuai. But Shuai tells Dulé that they have been together for a long time. Zhang can only be guarded by him. Yang's mother is calling, hoping that Zhang can go back to her hometown to see her mother on New Year's Day. Shuai also wants to go back with her, and wants to get her mother's approval. Shuai is going on a business trip to Hong Kong, and he kisses Zhang goodbye in the office. Chao Na sends materials and catches them flirting. She warns Zhang to be more cautious in the future. If someone finds out, they will definitely report them. Shuai calls Zhang, and he plans to rush back as soon as possible to celebrate the new year with her. So, Zhang bought the last flight of the day. There are still a few hours until the new year, and Shuai still hasn't come back. Zhang is disappointed to get on the plane home. Shuai quietly swaps seats with the passenger next to her, so that Zhang can lean on his shoulders. Dulé investigates the details of Yang's father's brand acquisition that year. He has found the supervisor at that time, but he is tight-lipped and doesn't reveal any clues to Dulé. Zhang wakes up and finds that Shuai is by her side. They celebrate the new year together on the plane. Shuai meets Yang's mother. He finds that Zhang has not confessed their relationship to her mother. Because of his handsome appearance, he is especially popular with the surrounding neighbors. They all want to introduce their daughters to him. Kitchen were watched by my mother. Even though they didn't acknowledge their relationship, her mother could still tell they were in a relationship. While washing the dishes, her mother asks Shuai if he had a girlfriend, and Shuai says he already had a girlfriend. But before he can explain, mother gets angry and leaves immediately. Back in the room, she tells her daughter that Shuai already had a girlfriend, and persuades Zhang to let Shuai leave quickly. At night, she completely ignores the cold weather and lets Shuai live on the sofa, hoping that he can leave by himself. Zhang is worried that Shuai will catch a cold, so she sleeps outside with him with a quilt. When they wake up, they find that their mother has been sitting across from them watching them for a long time. Her mother is going crazy. Zhang confesses to her mother that she is Shuai's girlfriend, and it is her mother's misunderstanding. Her mother is embarrassed and happy, so she can only pretend to be sleepwalking and flee back to the bedroom immediately. She can't wait to introduce Handsome to her good friend. Relying on his high emotional intelligence, he coaxes everyone to be very happy. Mom had already decided to entrust Zhang to Shuai. But she finds out that they are all working in MH, she is very sad. Shuai is very puzzled, and he asks her why. Mom tells him that Dad's company was developing very well, and MH has always supported them. But later, in order to make more money, MH forced his father to sell his brand to C Company. During an acquisition meeting, Dad died of a heart attack. She thinks it's all caused by MH. Shuai thinks there is something strange about this matter, and he wants to investigate it secretly. After the New Year holiday, the company has undergone major personnel changes. The vice president of the head office, Lin, has come to their branch, and he will replace President Fan. Shuai met Du Lei when he was looking for a witness back then. They share clues with each other and go to underground casinos together to find witnesses. Lin told Zhang that he and her father were old friends. Zhang asks him about her father. He just tells her that he is sad about her father's death without explaining too much. On the other side, Shuai and Du Lei found their former supervisor. They pretend to be a gangster and make death threats against him. The supervisor confessed to them the details in that time. At that time, Linda was still working in MH Company, and she bribed Supervisor Cao to cooperate with her to annex her father's company. Although he and Linda operate all this together, he feels that Linda is not the mastermind. Du Lei's sister tells him that if he continued to investigate, they will be enemies in the future. Shuai's investigation has made new progress. He found that the mastermind behind it was Lin, the vice president of the current MH head office. Lin is worried that Zhang knows the truth of her father's death, and he decides to use some means against her. He arranges for employees to deliberately trick Zhang into an elevator that is being repaired. Shuai shares with Du Lei that Lin is the mastermind, and Du Lei tells him that Lin already knows Yang's identity and that Yang's situation is very dangerous. Shuai can't contact Zhang. He searched the elevators on every floor and finally rescued Zhang, who had fainted. Du Lei saw Zhang lying unconscious on the hospital bed, and he wanted to protect Zhang in his own way. He finds Lin and tells him that he already knows all the secrets. He will help Lin to deal with Shuai, but he can't hurt Zhang. Shuai tells Zhang that it was artificial that she was trapped in the elevator, but Zhang forgives the person. Someone reports Shuai for taking bribes, and MH's auditors take him away. During the interrogation meeting, Lin served as the presiding judge and interrogated Shuai. Shuai's good friend is a witness, accusing Shuai of helping him just to let him share his interests with Shuai for free. Shuai is convicted. He will be fired from the company. Lin threatens Shuai if he doesn't stop the investigation and leave the country immediately. He won't just be fired, his parents' company abroad will also be destroyed by him. Shuai ignores Yang's retention and claims that he has indeed accepted bribes from others. She doesn't believe that he is such a person. But Shuai is determined to leave the country and never meet Zhang. Zhang can't take the blow and fainted from crying. Shuai can only tell her silently that he will always be by Yang's side. Under the surveillance of Lin, Shuai takes a plane to go abroad. Du Lei comes to MH to replace the Shuai's position. Chao Na shares the results of her investigation with Zhang, and it is Du Lei who reported Shuai. Zhang tells Du Lei that she believed in Handsome all her life and hoped that he would not deliberately destroy their relationship. Shuai and Du Lei meet in an abandoned building. He didn't leave Shanghai at all. It was all a play they played. The purpose is to let Du Lei get close to Lin and find more favorable evidence. Shuai is close to the son of the chairman of GE, as to obtain information on the merger and acquisition case from GE. He has used his future work for GE as a condition of getting the GE chairman to agree to cooperate with his investigation. Zhang relies on her own ability to investigate that Shuai has not left Shanghai. But she knows that there is a reason for Shuai to hide from her, so she does not continue to ask. Now she has to help Shuai in her own way. Zhang knows that Lin transfers here to solve her father's case. She shares information with Chao Na, and they analyze that Du Lei is actually cooperating with Shuai. And they should still be looking for the most crucial evidence about Lin. Du Lei has investigated that there is a safe in Lin's office. The chairman of GE also helps Shuai find some evidence of Linda's violations, and helps him meet with Linda. Thanks for watching. See you next time.